Welcome back to Copenhagen Blue. It's been a while since I've made a video, but the weather's finally turned, so now it's time to get back outside and work on the Saturn. So I bought a bunch of new parts and I'm going to install some of them. There's some bushings on the back end for the rear trailing arms that they're just wiped out, they're gone. So when you turn, you can kind of feel the back end slide a little bit. So I bought a new control arm. Not a new controller, I guess it'd be a controller for the rear, but it's actually a trailing arm. So this bushing here is completely shot, and you'll see once we take it out just how bad it was. But today I'm going to take the trailing arms off on the left and the right, put new ones on, and see how it rides. Let's get started. As you can see, Michigan winters haven't stopped trying to ravage the Saturn, but you can see the bushing back here, and you can see how worn out it is. You put a pry bar on it, it moves a whole lot. That should be fairly stiff. So we'll put a new trailing arm on, and hopefully it gives us a little bit of a firmer ride with a lot more control. Okay, so while I'm underneath, there's another item that I'm going to replace that I bought a while ago and I went cheap on. And there's certain lessons that I've learned in the past is that if you go cheap, you're going to pay the price. My wife has convinced me that I just get the right thing the first time, I won't have to do the same thing over again. There might be some truth to it, but I'm not about to admit that I'm wrong. But I have the shocks that I bought here, and I did go cheap. And after about 2 years, I'm pretty sure they're shot. Considering I found another set at the U-Pole yard, they were pretty much brand new. They're Duralasts, and they were off of an Equinox, I believe. So we're gonna put those on, and hopefully they help out with the ride, along with our new trailing arms. All right, so to get the lower shock bolt off, we have an 18mm socket, and probably a little overkill with an impact, but it's faster. And the top one is also an 18mm. There we are. So identical bolts. And then all you do is compress your shock and pull it out. Alright, and we're going to tighten down the bolt at the bottom. I'm not going to sit here and worry about torque specs. Just going to kind of give it the that's gonna. Alright, moving on to our original project, the trailing arm. Alright, so we have one bolt down here that's an 18mm, and we have two that are up there, and let's see how well they come undone, even though they've been Michigan wintered. Oh, they actually broke free. Oh, well, that broke free. That's... Hey, that one broke for 2. Alright. 2 out of 3 is not bad. But get a little leverage. Really? Oh, I didn't expect that. Now we're going to speed this up with use of loud tools. Cover your ears. Mistakes were made. This might not go as well as I thought. Okay, we're gonna not use, oh shit, that method. We'll go back to my hand. Well, this situation kind of escalated quickly. I got that one out, and I got this one out, and then that one didn't want to come out. Probably didn't help that I used an impact on it. So now I pay the price, and I'm gonna have to cut open this bracket box here where the bracket mounts up to get the nut on the other side so that I can take that bolt out, and then we'll have to weld that back up. So yeah, you know, I've got that going for me. which is nice.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
All right, so if everything went as smoothly as the 3 bolts back here, the parking brake cable, and the bolt there, we'd be in good shape, but we still have that one. So we're gonna cut that open, and hopefully we can grab the other side of maybe the nut that's on there, capture nut I'm guessing, and get that free so we can put the other control arm on, and then we'll have to just fix that. If you can really see in there, but I wedged a screwdriver in against the lock nut. There's like a castle nut in there, and we're getting it to stop spinning, so should have this trailing arm off in just a moment. Hang on. So finally, it's off. Talk about a pain in the butt. But, as you can see, all right, so here's what we were working with. You can see just how loose this was. The rubber's separating from the outer collar to the actual bushing itself. I mean, this thing stretches way further than it should. I mean, that's a lot. So now we have our new one, and our new one, oh, that takes a lot of effort, and it's not easy to flex side to side, so this will hopefully be worth all the effort. So we're going to bolt this back up. All right, so we've got one bolt in, we've got another bolt back in over here. We just have that one bolt that we're going to have to kind of massage back in, and then we need to do our 3 bolts on the rear, along with our parking brake cable right here, and then the brake line one goes on the other side. So we'll put all that together. So we got the bolt back in, we have that one in, the one down there, 3 here, parking brake nut and bolt, because the nut's on the other side. So everything's ready to rock. We just need to pound that back in and weld it back up. Got that metal pounded back up in there. Got to throw some weld on there and some paint. But other than that, we're all done with this side. Man, I sure hope the other side goes smoother than this. Well, the welding's not going to happen. I mean, it did a little bit, but then it just started punching right through the metal there. There's too much there to try and do, so I'm going to clean it up, I'm going to paint it and just protect it, and I'm putting the cover back on, and it's just going to be what it is. Going to hit it with a little primer. And we're going to throw a little rubberized coating on it. Obviously that tip's a little clogged. I mean, in all honesty, it's probably better protection than it had originally, because there's access for salt over here and everything else. So we're gonna put down the liner and call that good. Other side off. Thankfully, I was smart enough not to use any power tools this time, so we were able to get this one off without any injuries. The car didn't have to cut anything open. You can see this bushing is actually worse off than the other one, so not. sides done, the shocks on, the trailing arms on, and I wasn't special in using power tools on the bottom bolts for the trailing arms, so none of the cage nuts were stripped out. So we were able to get everything done with just pretty much simple hand tools. Well, that's going to do it for me today. I got the trailing arms done. Both rear shocks are done. I'm pretty happy with the way everything came out. Obviously a little bit of hardship done, but pretty much brought that on myself because of a little bit of impatience. Power tools are not always the best answer, so a little bit of patience and some hand tools. Obviously the job went really smooth on the other side, but I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time.